Wealth won't come because you have money or because you're tired of your 9 to 5. Wealth come because you're diligent, because you eat right, because you exercise, and you get enough sleep. The Bible said, the thoughts of the diligent leads surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. And like I said before, whatever you put inside your body affects your brain. And if it affects your brain, it affects the outcome of whatever you are doing. So if you are somebody that eats bad, if you are somebody that does not exercise, these things will affect your brain, affect the way that you think. It would affect your brain's reward system. It will make you become more addicted instead of diligent, right? It affects the way that you even sleep. This is day how many days I'm preparing my mind, body, and soul to leave my job. And while I was at the job that I'm trying to leave today, here is what I find out about when you eat the type of food that actually affects your brain, which affects the outcome of whatever it is that you're trying to do. Now, this thing, I wrote it down on a piece of paper, right? It says that it affects the brain's inflammation and cognitive decline, meaning that the sugar that you consume, your cognitive will decline and it makes your brain swell, right? It impairs memory and learning. It is going to be very difficult for you to learn anything and to retrieve anything that you have learned, because it actually affects the hippocampus, which is your memory in the brain. And this is from sugary drinks, anything that has sugar, high fat, and all that other stuff, right? It actually messes with your mental health also. It causes depression and it causes anxiety. And it's like an addiction. Food that causes you to be, that triggers your reward system, right? That causes you to be addicted, is sugary food and all these things. And I'm going to stop right there. If you work in any type of medical field and you work long hours, when you get home, you don't have no time to eat healthy. So you become addicted to wine, you become addicted to alcohol, you become addicted to the fast food, the processed food. And because you become addicted to this, when it's time for you to do critical thinking, you cannot think. When it's time for you to get ideas, you cannot think straight because of the food that you put inside your body. This may seem like it's just so easy, but trust me, this make a whole difference for somebody that really wants to pursue their business, but they don't eat right. They don't feed their brain the right things, right? It also says when you eat food that don't nourishes your brain, it reduces neuroplasticity. And we all know what neuroplasticity is, right? Neuroplasticity is the rewiring of new neurons in your brains. So when you eat food that is high in sugar and that is processed, it causes the energy to connect a different pathway, meaning a different routine from what you normally do. It is very weak, so you will not change the habits that you want to break, and you will not move forward in being diligent in your business because your neural pathway or your neurons or neurotransmitter, whatever it is weak. It also causes a brain fog and low energy. And this is the key thing for me, is because I am actually a person that eats a lot of sugar, and I'm a person that don't exercise that much, and I eat very bad stuff, and I don't get enough sleep. So when I say that I want to leave my job, part of me wanting to, because I get really exhausted, right? So upon reading this about things that you eat that affects your brain, I'm now realizing that one of the main things or main reason why I feel this way, it is because of how I eat, right? So the scripture is telling us that those who thoughts are diligent, they would receive abundance, meaning that when you are diligent in what you're doing, you're constantly doing it no matter what. You put your mind, your heart, and your soul in it, you will actually see abundance. But if you just want to leave the job, or if I just want to leave the job because I want a quick money, it will not work, because it is actually taking you to rewire your brain to achieve what it is that you want. But you will not be able to rewire your brain if you are eating bad, if you're not exercising, if you're not getting enough sleep. This is impossible. So look at somebody like me that doesn't do these things. The moment I would have decided to leave the job without actually making my lifestyle become what I want to become, I would have given up and I would have went right back to that job, because I was not physically and mentally prepared for what it is that I was planning to do. So I say this to say, a lot of people don't tell us that if you want success, it not only comes by you having a lot of money. You can have a lot of money and you are unhealthy. You're not okay in the mind. You don't get enough sleep and you end up crashing. You end up being worse than you were at the 9 to 5. So my thing now that I'm going to start to do is start eating better, is start getting enough sleep, and I'm also going to start making sure that I exercise. These things are required for wealth and to remain that wealth, especially the fact that I come from a family that don't succeed in business because we have weight issues. I don't anymore, but that is part of the struggle for me. So this is what I found out, and I'm sharing it with you guys. So did I say this is day how many of me prepare my mind, body, and soul to leave my job? Yes, this is me continuing on my journey and making the right choices to do what I need to do. And remember what the scripture says. Diligence is key to wealth. And if you don't love it, don't do it.